Greetings all, I'm Bill Vencil and this is Chords of Orion, and yeah, that's right, this Galaxy Audio Checkmate CM140 sound pressure level meter has really changed my recording studio for the better. Let's talk about that. Before I go any further, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Sweetwater Sound, my favorite music retailer. They have great inventory, great prices, fast shipping, and the best customer service in the industry. Thanks, Sweetwater, for making this video possible. Let's get right back to it. If you've been hanging out here on the channel, you may know that I've been doing a lot of upgrades to my home studio over the last several months. I've reconfigured the studio space, added acoustic treatment, upgraded my studio monitors, and even replaced my studio desk. It took me a while, but I've got everything pretty well dialed in and calibrated. Except for one thing. I'm not quite sure how loud is loud in this studio. And that's where the Galaxy Audio Checkmate comes in. It's a sound pressure level meter. It is a specific instrument for measuring how loud sound is in decibels. From articles I've read over the years, I've known it's important to understand how loud is loud in your studio, because our ears are subject to what is called the Fletcher-Munson curve. If you look at the chart here, you'll see that our ears are more or less sensitive to different frequencies depending on how loud the sound is. Also, as you can see about midway in the chart there, you can see that our ears are the most flat. In other words, they hear most evenly through the spectrum at about 80 to 85 decibels. And in fact, historically, that's been the monitoring level for many professional recording studios over the years. It's a good calibration point. It's a little loud. You may not actually want to listen that loud for very long in a home studio setting, but it's important to know where that 80 to 85 decibel level is in your studio so that when the time comes, you can crank it up to that level and really hear in the flattest way possible what your mix sounds like. My good friends at Sweetwater have an article, which I will link below, that walks you through the steps of calibrating your studio with an instrument like the Checkmate. So let me switch cameras and I'll show you how it's done. All right, I've got the Checkmate set up on a camera tripod. So you can do this on a camera tripod or a microphone stand. And what Sweetwater recommends is that you put the Checkmate in your studio listening position. You do know where that is, right? So mine is right here where that blue X of tape is. So you're going to put the Checkmate in that position and set it at about ear level. In other words, when you're sitting down in your chair in the listening position, set the level so it's about the same level as your ears. And let's take a look at what we've got going on the Checkmate itself. There's a power button, obviously, at the top. And then right under that is a max min button where you can, if you're measuring maybe in a concert hall or a bar or club and trying to figure out if it's too loud, you can set a maximum and a minimum dB level, and it'll actually kind of alert you to the fact if it's too loud or too soft. There's also a frequency weighting. That's the A/C. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then there's a fast, slow for the time weighting. In other words, how fast does the sound meter react? And then finally, there's a level, and this will show you on the display perhaps what kind of level range you're looking to hit, and it will give you an indication of whether it's too low or too high. So let me go ahead and turn it on. And what I'm going to do is set the weighting to C, and I'm going to set the time speed to slow. So we're going to kind of get the setting that favors low frequencies a little bit. I've got a subwoofer in here, which is great. And then also we're going to set it to a slow reaction time so we'll get more of an average reading. So let me be quiet here and we'll see what my studio is like right now. I hear a fan in the background. Shh. So right now it's a little loud. When there's no electronics going on in the basement, it's hovering around 32 or 33 decibels for me. So cool, little loud right now, but not too bad. After the checkmate is set up, what we're going to do, and I'm just going to bring it over here and show you on the screen, I'm going to set up a pink noise source. Most recording software has the ability to produce pink noise, and I'm using Logic Pro's test oscillator, and it's set to pink noise. And then next, what we're going to do is pan to the left-hand speaker. So that's what I've got, and that's what I just did. And I'm going to start bringing up the volume level on my audio interface so we can start hearing pink noise. Pink noise, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is adjust the level until I hit about 80 decibels on the checkmate. I know where that is. I did this before. So let me pull it up and I'll show you. All right, that's good. The next thing I'm going to do is pan to the right, and I'm going to do the same thing and see if I've got an even level between left and right. Beautiful. Now, you may have noticed it's not exactly the same. That's okay. I actually do have these speakers calibrated to within 1/10 of a decibel of each other using another piece of software. So I know I'm good. But once we've got that figured out, we can now put the pan pot in the middle so the sound comes out of both speakers, and let's see what we have going on here. So let me go ahead and pan into the center. And let me bring up the volume. Beautiful. So now I know how loud is loud in this studio. So you might be thinking to yourself, Bill, why do I need this when I could just download a loudness app on my smartphone? That's a great question. You could do that. But I'm here to tell you that these are not precisely calibrated like this instrument is. So I even used the Checkmate to calibrate a loudness app on my phone. I put them together and tested them out, and I found out that the loudness app was 6 dB off of the highly calibrated and very accurate Checkmate. Now, I was able to recalibrate this, but I wouldn't have known that without the Checkmate. So, yeah, there's a good reason to get a precisely calibrated instrument so that you know how loud is loud. Do you have any experiences with sound pressure level meters? Drop a comment below. The links to this one are also down below, and I'll see all of you in the next video.